The history of Tupolev is a history of survival. See how a design team went from a secret prison lab to building the most feared nuclear strike force on the planet. First up, 1920s. Ant-1. This small sports plane was the very first design from the legendary Bureau. It featured a mix of wood and fabric construction. Ant-2. This marked a massive milestone as the first all-metal aircraft built in the Soviet Union. It used a distinctive corrugated metal skin, R3. This metal biplane served as a long-range reconnaissance craft. It proved that all metal construction could handle the tough conditions of the front line. TB1. Here is the world's first all-metal cantilever heavy bomber. It set the stage for a new era of strategic aviation in the 1920s. 1-4. This was an agile, all-metal fighter. It served as a primary defender for the Air Force during the late 1920s. Up next, PS-9, a reliable transport plane designed for passenger service. It helped establish the early roots of Soviet civil aviation with its steady performance. R-61. This versatile twin-engine plane handled everything from scouting to escort duties. It was a sturdy workhorse in a rapidly growing fleet. Let's move on to 1930s. TB-3. This four-engine giant was a true marvel of its time. It could carry heavy loads and even drop paratroopers across vast distances during the 1930s. MDR-2, a specialized flying boat designed for marine reconnaissance. It allowed for long-range scouting over the open seas where land planes could not go. R-7. This reconnaissance biplane was built for extreme durability. It offered a stable platform for observation missions in the early 1930s. 1-5. A classic biplane fighter known for its agility in a dogfight. It served as the backbone of the fighter force for many years. 1-8. This high-speed interceptor was built to catch the fastest threats of its era. It pushed the limits of what biplane technology could achieve. Ant-14. A massive five-engine transport used for propaganda and tours. It showcased the industrial might of the nation to the world through its size. TB-4. This colossal six-engine bomber was an experimental beast. It aimed to push the boundaries of how much weight a single aircraft could carry. TSH-1, a dedicated ground attack aircraft designed to strike from low altitudes. It paved the way for future armored assault planes like the famous SHTUR MO-51K. AMT-20, known as the Maxim Gorky, this was the largest aircraft in the world when it debuted. It was a flying city, equipped with a printing press and even a cinema. Now this is the Mi-3, a heavy multi-seat fighter designed to take on multiple roles in the air. It featured a powerful armament for its time to dominate the skies. Mark 1. This massive naval cruiser flying boat was built for long-range ocean patrols. It was designed to act as a true fortress on the water. 112. This unusual fighter carried recoilless guns to pack a heavy punch against enemy bombers. It was a bold experiment in aerial combat technology. RD. This record-breaking plane was built for incredible endurance. It successfully completed legendary non-stop flights over thousands of miles. Next, MDR-4, a refined long-range naval scout designed for maritime duties. It improved upon earlier flying boat designs to provide better reliability over the water. Next, DIP, a two-seat interceptor designed to hunt down enemy bombers with heavy firepower. It focused on a mix of speed and high-caliber weaponry. SK-1. This experimental high-speed craft was built to test advanced aerodynamics. It helped engineers understand the physics of fast flight at the time. Now this is the I-14. This sleek monoplane fighter featured a retractable landing gear, which was very advanced for the mid-1930s. It was a glimpse into the future of air combat. PS-35, a fast and modern transport plane for its era. It aimed to make passenger travel more efficient and comfortable as civil aviation expanded. Up next, DB-1, a long-range bomber based on record-breaking designs. It was built to strike targets far beyond the front lines with high endurance. DB-2. This long-distance aircraft became famous for record-breaking flights across the Soviet Union. It proved the reach and reliability of domestic aviation. SB, a high-speed bomber that was often faster than the enemy fighters of its day. It proved highly effective during the Spanish Civil War. T-1, a specialized torpedo bomber variant designed for naval warfare. It brought the power of high-speed bombing to the open ocean. NTB-2, a massive, heavy-flying boat designed for long-range bombing and reconnaissance. It was a giant of the skies during the late 1930s. Up next, DI-8. This two-seat fighter was designed for multi-purpose missions. It combined the roles of an escort fighter and a light bomber in one airframe. The next one, Su-2, a light bomber and reconnaissance aircraft that saw extensive service during the early years of the war. It was a rugged and reliable design. Now let's look at 1940s. Pei-8. This four-engine heavy bomber was a rare strategic asset during the war. It carried out daring, long-range raids deep into enemy territory. Tu-2, widely considered one of the best frontline bombers of the Second World War. This Tu series aircraft was fast, well-armed, and highly versatile. Tu-4. This was a meticulous, reverse-engineered version of the American B-29. It gave the Soviet Union its first true strategic nuclear capability. Up next, Tu-12. This was the very first jet-powered bomber produced by the Bureau. It marked the difficult but necessary transition into the jet age. Tu-14, a jet-powered torpedo bomber designed specifically for naval service. It brought high-speed jet technology to the defense of the coastlines. Tu-73. This experimental three-engine jet bomber explored new engine configurations. It served as a vital stepping stone for many future designs. Tu-82, an experimental bomber that featured swept wings to achieve higher speeds. It helped pave the way for the era of modern supersonic flight. Next up, 1950s. Tu-16, a legendary long-range jet bomber known to the West as the Badger. It served for many decades in various roles, from bombing to electronic warfare. Now this is the Tu-104. This was the first truly successful jet airliner in the world. It revolutionized air travel and made long distances feel much shorter for passengers. Tu-95, known as the Bear, this iconic turboprop bomber is still in service today. Its distinctive sound and massive range make it a true legend of the Cold War. Tu-91, an unusual-looking naval attack plane with a powerful turboprop engine. It was designed to operate from small airfields and strike ships at sea. Tu-98, a sleek, supersonic bomber prototype designed for high-speed penetration. It provided essential data that led to the development of future supersonic jets. Moving on to 1960s, Tu-22. This supersonic bomber was famous for its striking looks and high speed. It was a challenging aircraft to fly, but represented a huge leap in technology. Now this is the Tu-128, the largest and heaviest interceptor ever to enter service. It was built specifically to patrol the vast and remote borders of the frozen north. Tu-124, a short-range jet transport designed to bring jet travel to smaller regional cities. It was a successful and scaled-down version of earlier airliners. Tu-134, a very popular and reliable airliner with engines mounted at the rear of the fuselage. It became a familiar sight across Europe and Asia for decades. Tu-144. This was the world's first supersonic passenger transport. It was a technological marvel that could fly at twice the speed of sound. Tu-154, the primary workhorse of the civil airline fleet for many years. This three-engine jet was famous for its ability to operate from rough, unpaved runways. Tu-123, a high-speed, unmanned reconnaissance drone. It was designed to fly deep into territory at supersonic speeds to capture vital intelligence on film. Tu-126. This was the first dedicated airborne early warning and control aircraft for the Soviet Union. It carried a massive rotating radar disc on its back. Let's move on to 1970s. Tupolev Tu-22M. Also known as the Backfire, this swing-wing bomber was built for high-speed, long-range strike missions. It became one of the most recognizable Soviet bombers of the Cold War era. The next one, Tu-141, a reusable reconnaissance drone used for long-range missions. It was a sophisticated system for its time and was launched from a mobile trailer. Now this is the Tu-142, a specialized maritime patrol and anti-submarine aircraft. It was developed from the reliable and long-legged airframe of the Bear bomber. Tu-143, a compact and tactical reconnaissance drone. It was used for short-range scouting missions and could be launched and recovered quickly in the field. Continuing with 1980s, Tu-160, known as the White Swan, this is the largest and heaviest supersonic aircraft ever built. It is a graceful, yet deadly, long-range strategic bomber. Tu-204, a modern twin-engine airliner designed for high efficiency and passenger comfort. It was built to compete with the latest Western commercial jets. And our last category is 1990s present. Tu-334, a short-haul regional jet designed to replace aging aircraft. It focused on modern flight systems and improved fuel efficiency for short routes. Tu-300, an experimental drone designed for both target practice and modern reconnaissance. It represents the modern era of unmanned aerial vehicles for the Bureau. Tupolev PAK-DA. This is Russia's next-generation stealth strategic bomber program. It is intended to eventually replace older long-range bombers with a modern, low-observable design.